Hi, dear children. Today we are going to learn about people's president. I hope all of you know who is former president of India. Let's read about his life. Dream, dream, dream. Dreams transform into thoughts and thoughts result in actions. Yes, it was his famous quote. According to him, if one how dreams, it transforms into thoughts and it definitely bring it to actions. Let's start it and read about his life. The extraordinary scientist, the former president of our country, and he always inspiring the young generation. He was born on 15th October 1931 and died on July 27, 2015. Let's move on to the lesson. The people's Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was an unusual personality who made missiles but talked of peace, education for all, and empowerment of students as he was convinced that the young generation was the hope for the future. Here, he was an unusual personality and he made missiles. It means he was an extraordinary scientist. But talked of peace, it means he is the man of peacefulness and education. And he always worked for the empowerment. What is empowerment? Empowerment means strength. For strength of students and inspiring the young generation. And he always said, "You are the hope for the future." And he believes the education for all, and he always inspiring the minds of a young generation for the development of India. In his own words, I will keep the lamp of knowledge burning to achieve the vision developed India. This is exactly what Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam did, igniting young minds to learn, to question and dream of fulfilling their goals in life. Here, according to him, I will keep the lamp of knowledge burning to achieve the vision. And it means he keep the lamp of knowledge for to fulfill the dream. What was his dream? His dream was the development of our nation. This is he igniting. Igniting means inspiring young minds to learn. So it means he inspiring the young generation for to achieve the aim. In the next paragraph, we can see his childhood life and the education of Abdul Kalam. Let's see. Dr. Abdul Kalam was born on 15th October 1931 in Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu. He was the youngest siblings of four brothers and a sister. His father owned a ferry while his mother was a housewife. All of you know he was born on 15th October 1931 in Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu. And his four brothers and a sister, he was the youngest one. And his father had a ferry means boat of his own, and mother was housewife. The family lost much of its property and wealth when Dr. Kalam was young, and he sold newspapers to supplement the family's income. But once what happened, his family had a problem. The family lost much of its property and wealth when he was young. It was worse day by day, and he was young, and he want to support the family. What he did, he started selling newspapers for to just support his family, because the financial condition of the family becomes bad. Although he was an average student at school, he took great interest in mathematics and was devoted to his studies. He completed his schooling from Swartz Higher Secondary School, Jamnathpuram, and went on to attend St. Joseph College, Tiruchirappalli, where he graduated in physics. And now we can see his education. He was an average student. He had lot of interest in maths, and he spent his time for to study that, and he completed his schooling from Swartz Higher Secondary School, Jamnathpuram, and his college studies in St. Joseph College, Tiruchirappalli, and he took graduation in physics in that same college. He then went on to study aerospace engineering at the Madras Institute of Technology. After his graduation, he joined the Aeronautical Development Establishment of the Defense Research and Development Organization. It means DRDO as a scientist. Then he studies aerospace engineering. It means study about the aerospace or space or aeroplane at Madras Institute of Technology. Later, he joined as a scientist, where Aeronautical Development Establishment of the Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO. He joined in DR. Now, we have to look what make him different from other scientists. He was a great learner who had an insatiable curiosity, a zest for life, and an optimism which made him reach out for the impossible. Insatiable means unending. He was a great learner. It means ever stop learning. He wants to get ever stop learning. He always thought that education is never ending process, and we should keep on learning, and he always inspiring the young generation for this. He also had insatiable unending anxiety. It means unending anxiety for to get more and more knowledge. His energy and confidence make him to believe nothing is impossible. He was closely associated with India's civilian space program and military missile development efforts. Here he was closely associated with the space program and military development program. It means he was worked for both these groups. Thus he came to known as the Missile Man of India. All of you know why he is known as the Missile Man of India? Because he developed a ballistic missile and launch vehicle technology. And ballistic missile, it means a free falling missile. It is a missile that is initially guided, then follows a free falling. Okay. Thus he came to known as the Missile Man of India. As Dr. Kalam himself acknowledged, I learned leadership from three great teachers, Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, Professor Satish Dhawan, and Dr. Brahm Prakash. And this was the time of learning and acquisition. Acquisition means collecting of knowledge for me. Here he admitted the fact that he learned this leadership quality from three leaders, three teachers, Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, Professor Satish Dhawan, and Dr. Brahm Prakash, and he also said he was collected knowledge from them. Okay, he believed that acquisition of knowledge is very important part of life. He believed in the progressive growth of science and felt that nanotechnology, it means creating nanoparticles, very small particles, okay, was the field of the future that will replace microelectronics and many fields with a tremendous application. Tremendous means a big application potential in the areas of medicine, electronics, and material science. Here he also believed in the progressive growth or development of a science for that nanotechnology. Nanotechnology, the discovery of small particles, is very much required in the future life of India. And later he thinks it will be replaced into microelectronics. Microelectronics means the electronic designs. Okay, he wants the development of many fields like medicines, electronics, and material science. In a nutshell, he also wants the development of these fields like nanotechnology, microelectronics, medicine, electronics, and material science, that also for the development of India. Dr. Kalam is the Chief Scientific Advisor to the Prime Minister and the Secretary of DRDO from July 1990 to December 1999. He served as the 11th President of India from 2002 to 2007. He was the first scientist to become the President of India. Dr. Kalam also received the Bharat Ratna, India's highest civilian honor, before he was selected as the President. Next, Kalam was served as the Chief Scientific Advisor to the Prime Minister and the Secretary of DRDO. And earlier, I said to you, DRDO, it's a Defense Research and Development Organization from 1992 to July to December 1999. He also served as the 11th President of India from 2002 to 2007. He was first scientist who became our president. No other scientist ever became the president of country. Only one scientist became the president. Who is that person? Yes, it's our Abdul Kalam sir. Before he was selected as a president, he got Bharat Ratna award, and it was one of the great achievement. It was one of the highest civilian achievement. In the next stanza, we can see his contributions. Here, Dr. Kalam is remembered on the President's estate in New Delhi for the digitization of the library, a tactile garden for the visually challenged, a health center, street lights, pavements, new staff quarters, and above all, for opening the Rashtrapati Bhavan to everyone. Here, in the president estate of New Delhi, he had created the digitization of library. It means a digital library, and also created tactile garden. What is tactile garden? It means perception by touch. Here visual as well as touchable, we can look at the garden as well as touch. Okay, that is a tactile garden. And health centers, street lights, permits, and new staff quarters, this all established and opening of Rashtrapati Bhavan. Nobody had done this earlier. Next paragraph. The most important aspect of Kalam's personality was his essential simplicity, his childlike despite all the accolades he received for his work. Accolades means awards, and the most important, and we can see through this paragraph his personality. The most important aspect of Kalam's personality was his simplicity, childlike enthusiasm, modesty. Modesty means elima. Due to these all qualities, he got so many awards for his work. Accolades means awards. No other public figure endeared himself to all sections of the country as he did. Endeared means valuable. It means he is one of the valuable person in our country. All sections or all categories. It means all the people like him very much. No other person like Abdul Kalam ever had. He was an educator par excellence. Par means being the best, and he believed that educational opportunities must be created for all children, as it was the most powerful tool in alleviating poverty. Alleviating means less severe. Here he was the best educator and being the best, and he believed that education should be created for all. During that period, only rich people got educational opportunities, and Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam thought that education for all those who are less severe in poverty. His message to children always resonated means echoed or accepted. His belief that students should be provided with wings to fly. He strongly believed in the role of the teacher in shaping young minds. Here he thought that a teacher should give the message to children and also give wings to fly. It means the teacher should provide the wings. He also believed that the role of the teacher should modify the behavior or minds of the young generation, because they are the future and they will develop the future of our country. This way he wants to fulfill his dream. He had once said, creativity is the key to success in the future, and primary education is where teachers can bring creativity in children at that level. Here he is saying that if child is creative, will successive in future, so the teacher should make the child to be creative. He thinks a teacher should provide creative ideas in the minds of the children, and so that the children should achieve their own goal. He kept meeting students whenever and wherever he could, urging them to break free of the shackles of poverty. Shackles means chains of poverty, tradition, and ignorance, motivating them to dream big and aim for the sky. Here he tried to meet the young generation because they are the future of our country, and he believes he should inspire them to achieve their goals, and also urging them to break the shackles. Shackles means chains. Break the chains of poverty, tradition, ignorance. It means he should try to break the chains of poverty. And tradition means, what is tradition? And rich follow, rich follow some tradition and poor follow some tradition. That is traditional way. And he want to remove that discrimination and ignorance from our country. He wanted the students to question, to explore, to develop the confidence and courage to think big and live their dreams. Here, he wanted the students to question and explore themselves from ignorance to knowledge, and also wants to develop confidence and courage for to achieve their dreams. He was an optimist who saw innumerable means lot of opportunities at every corner, and believed earnestly that India could be one of the most developed nations of the world if we harnessed our talents. Harnessed means captured our talents, made use of our opportunities, and tried a path of common sense. Here he was an optimist, never had negative thinking. He is a man of positivity, that is he optimist. He find out innumerable lot of opportunities in every corner, and he believed if we captured our talents, India could be one of the would be one of the developed nations of our world. And he reiterated means emphasized that dreams transform into thoughts and thoughts result in actions. Here he emphasized that dreams change into thoughts, and thoughts which result in action. Okay, according to him, dreams are not those which come while we are sleeping, but dreams are those when you don't sleep before fulfilling them. And according to him, Abdul Kalam, dreams are not while you are sleeping. നിങ്ങൾ ഉറങ്ങുമ്പോൾ ഉണ്ടാകുന്ന ഒന്നല്ല ഡ്രീംസ്. ആൻഡ് വാട്ട് ഈസ് ഡ്രീം? ആൻഡ് ഡ്രീം that is you fulfilled before sleep, that is dreams, in the opinion of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam set a target of interacting with 1 lakh students in the 2 years after his resignation from the post of scientific advisor in 1999. Kalam was interacting with so many students, 1 lakh of students in 2 years after the resignation from the post of scientific advisor in 1999. He met with 1 lakh of students when after he resigned from the post as a scientific advisor. And he said, I feel comfortable in the company of young people, particularly high school students. He would feel comfortable in the company of a young people, particularly he feels so happy with the company of a high school students, because he believed that this young minds of generation will become the future of our developed country. Henceforth, I intend to share with them my experience, helping them to ignite their imagination and preparing them to work for a developed India, for which the roadmap is already available. Here, he wanted to help them to ignite their imagination, and to prepare them. To ignite means inspire, and preparing them to work for the developed India, for which the roadmap was already available, that he had given. And means he share his experience with the children, and also motivate them to fulfill their dream, and ignite their imagination, preparing them to work for the development of India. He was an inspiring and visionary leader who wanted young people to have the courage to think differently, to invent, to travel the unexplored path, to discover the impossible, to solve problems, and to succeed. Here he was an inspiring personality. It means he inspired the young minds, and Kalam also a visionary leader, and he also want young people can able to think differently. That he believes that for to discover many things for the development of our country, they also can travel adventurously. So they can discover difficult things, they can solve problems, and gain success. It means in his opinion, if we work hard, nothing is impossible, everything is possible. That he thought, and he taught to the children. He motivated the students to be active and take on responsibilities, and to work for the things they believed it, and not surrender to fate. Here, he wanted them to explore new horizons, and work for what they wanted, and not surrender to face. It means he motivated the students to become active and energetic, and told them to take responsibilities, and believe not to surrender before fate. What is fate? Fate is vidhi, and he told the students not to surrender before fate. He was a nation builder in the true sense of the term, and transcended caste, region, religion, and language. Transcended means overcome. He was a nation builder, and in the true sense, he wants to overcome the discrimination based on the religion, region, language, caste, etc. He wants to overcome this all discrimination. Dr. Kalam was a patriot who pondered. Pondered means constantly worried seriously about how technology can help the common man, the disabled, and the disadvantaged sections of society. society. He was a patriot and he worried about how technology should help the common people, especially the lower section of society, because rich people have this help of technology, and Abdul Kalam tries to get this technological help for the improvement of lower sections. When he realized that a coronary stent, a small extendable tube inserted to facilitate the smooth flow of blood in hurt patients, cost over 60,000, he decided to make a prototype at a much lower cost. Coronary means it's a tube shaped device. Prototype means it's a model, and he realized the need of coronary stent. It's a tube shaped device, okay, which help the smooth flow of blood in hurt patients. So he understood it's cost more than 60,000, so he decided to make a model for it. He knew this model will have lower cost than coronary stent, so he decided to make this model, okay. And he made a safe biocompatible means harmless to the environment and long lasting stent from the alloys means loham used in missile technology. And so he made it safely, and it not harmless to the environment. After that he made a long lasting stud, ദീർഘകാലം നിലനിൽക്കുന്ന സ്റ്റഡ് ഉണ്ടാക്കിയിരുന്നു, okay. And from the alloys in India from the alloys in missile technology. And he collaborated with Dr. Somaraju, and the two scientists developed the Kalam Raju stent, a low priced, safe and effective device that has been used successfully to help many patients. Collaborated means cooperated. He cooperated with Dr. Somaraju and the two scientists, and they developed the Kalam Raju stent. Kalam Raju stent. Kalam Raju, here in the Somaraju Raju, and Abdul Kalam. Okay, that is Kalam Raju stent, which had low price, and it was a safe and effective device, and it had helped many of the hurt patients that he made. Abdul Kalam collaboration with the Dr. Samaraju and the two scientists. Dr. Kalam was a great thinker and writer. The most famous of his books are Wings of Fire, Ignited Minds, Unleashing the Power Within India, My Journey, Transforming Dreams into Actions, Missions of India, Inspiring Thoughts and Indomitable Spirits. I hope it's clear. Thank you.